like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted bitches so right. Love with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. I am. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. Skylights of the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah. The Raider Show keeps spinning, the secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. City like splash me, right with the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider, always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted bitches so right. Love with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The words you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. I am. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. Skylights of the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah. The Raider Show keeps spinning, the secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. City like splash me, right with the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider, always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted bitches so right.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here. Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, man. Yes, indeed. It's the day that we have our press conference for our new GM and our new head coach in John Spytek and Pete Carroll. Let me get this thing situated one time for your mind. Yes, sir. Yeah, we juice, baby. We juice. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The world's most dangerous chat in the building. You know what it is. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitter, and now on YouTube. Shout out to everybody, man. This is the Lunatik Raider Show. We will be doing the press conference live. It starts supposedly supposed to start at 11. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but all in all, I will bring it to you live, and then we can discuss our feelings. Pete Carroll is in the building. They got video footage of him arriving. Damn, should I get that on here? If I can get the video, but we'll play that in a minute, man. So Pete Carroll has been signed to a 3-year deal with a 4th-year team option, and John Spytek signed a 5-year deal to be our GM. Oh yeah, it's going down today, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let me get to it before I get out of it. You feel me? Yes, indeed, man. We got Robert Pena in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Billy Davis is in the house, man. What it is, what it is, what it is. Good morning. Barrio Clips TV in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Egalitarian 207 is in the house. Yes, sir. Who else we got up in here, man? We got Lost City. We in here with the Raiders. That's right, man. We in here deep, baby. We does this shit, man. For real, for real. Who else we got up in here, man? Robert Pena. Brian Rodriguez is in the building, man. Good afternoon to you as well, man. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. B. Al in the building, man. Salute. Hope all is well. Keep this thing going, man. Y'all in here being active, man. I like that shit. I like that shit, man. For real. Justin Brown, man. Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, wherever you reside in the United States of America or in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where it is, what it is, but hey, we gon' one of them three. One is either morning, afternoon, or evening, and I got you, man. Salute to all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. For real, for real. All right, let me see what we got up in here, man. One thing. Jay Furpo with the Raiders. You dig? Oh, yeah, man. Well, I can dig it. I can dig it, man, for real. Let me go. Let me go dumb. You feel me? Let me go dumb. Let me go dumb one time. I'm trying to get through all, catch up to y'all. Y'all be, man, moving. Black and grayed out in the building, man. Salute to you. Top of the afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you reside. You feel me? Who else we got up in here, man? Gotta scroll down. Gotta scroll down one time, man. We got a space beast in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Jack Kenner, my God, man. What the deal is, man? What the deal is? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Let me get through this, man. Let me get through this. Going down, 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 down. Scrolling through the park, waiting for you. They say, Tick, keep your day job. All right, fine. I'll do that. I'll do that. If that's what y'all want me to do, I'll do that, man. Raider Knight in the building, man. Salute to you. Hope all is well. I wonder how many Seahawk fans will be watching Hey, you know what? You never know. You never know how many Seahawk fans might try to just to see, you know what I mean, old Pete Carroll one more again. One more again. Let me see. We got Robert Pena, Space. Let's see. Trying to scroll. I'm trying to keep up with y'all, man. Y'all too far ahead of me, man. But that's that Willie White in the building. Told you I don't leave no Raider behind, man. Forget that. We are in the building, man. We are in the building. Once I get through this, we'll go get to the content. You feel me? We gonna get to the contizzle. We gonna get to the contizzle one tizzle. You feel me? Marcus Tolbert, salute to you. Thank you for coming. Hey, shout out to everybody pulling up, man. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, man, and that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. Yeah, we're going to have fun today, y'all. This press conference is going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully, the people asking questions ask the right questions that Raider Nation wants to know the answers to. So we're going to definitely dive into that, man, deep. Balls deep. We're gonna dive in balls deep. Yes, we are. No Diddy. You can't say no Diddy to something that was supposed to be Diddy. No, it don't have to be Diddy. Women like balls deep too. Shit. Jade Furpo in the building, man. We got who else we got? Eagle Terry hitting with the let's get it. Raiders. Hey, we in there, boy. We in there. It's almost like we at the damn thing. Oh, I gotta keep checking to make sure. Yeah, it ain't started yet. I'll let y'all know. 11 o'clock. They said. You know, sometimes the Raiders YouTube channel they be late, bruh. They be late. They be on CPT for real. Lunatic, what's CPT? Well, CPT is an old saying that black folks used to say, man. We on colored people time. You say 11, we show up at 12. That's a joke, y'all. It ain't no racism. You better stop that shit. Ain't no DEI no more. Didn't Trump say no more DEI? So it ain't no, yeah, we can say that shit. I'm disgusted. Yeah. Justin Brown in the building, man. Jack Kenner. I'm going down the line, man, to everybody. Who is this? 13 Perry? Salute. We should get Matt Nagy for OC. See, somebody said, how you know about Matt Nagy? Huh? But you know what? It's going to be hard because he's already offensive coordinator with Kansas City. So to try to bring Nagy over in a unilateral move, you would think that Kansas City would have to sign off on it. But why would Nagy do that? You know what I mean? Matt Nagy, he's in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Why would I give up a Super Bowl contending team to go to a team that's trying to be a Super Bowl contender? So that kind of might, you know what I mean? I mentioned Matt Nagy before, though, because of the connection between John Spytek and him back in Philadelphia in 2009. But yeah, that's about it. You know what I mean? Could he be added? I don't know. I don't even know what direction we're going with DC or OC, but I'm hearing the names that we're asking permission to talk to. So it's going to be very interesting. Plus, Pete Carroll got a couple of sons, one with Washington and one with Carolina, that started off with him in Seattle. So he does have sons. I think one's the pass game coordinator in Carolina and the other one or is that in Washington? But you see, Washington just got done. Well, they got their ass whooped by them Eagles, but they made it to the NFC Championship with a very young nucleus of the coach, OC, and quarterback. So they do have a bright future, and I think Severe Raider said that he thinks that they have the third most salary cap to be able to hit free agency. So he mentioned Shout out to Severe Raider anyway, the Severe Raider. If y'all ain't subscribed to him, man, go subscribe to his channel, The Severe Raider. Subscribe to him, man, and hey, keep the nation popping. You feel me? There's so many of us content creators, and we all bring our different opinions and views. That man, I subscribe to everybody. You know what I mean? Because they got some good takes. I like the opinions. The facts are the facts. It's gonna be out there like who got hired, how many years, all that's fact. Everybody gonna have that same information. But the information we don't have is what that content creator's opinion and beliefs are. Does he like the move? Does he not like the move? I like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like having a big round table of different collectors when it comes to this Raider content, man. But hey, we're out there plentiful, from Samoan Raider, OLV, Wasted Talent. I'm not gonna leave nobody off. Wi-Fi Willie. It don't matter. Some of us may not even like some of these guys, but they still bringing Raider content to the table. That's the only thing I care about. You feel me? Who else out there? Raider Twine, Las Vegas Live. You know what I mean? There's so many of them. Honcho. Then you got people that's within the media, like Hondo Carpenter. Who else we got out there? Your boy Q. Man, Autumn Windbags. I watch all that shit, bro, because it's almost like an addiction. I want that Raider content. I want to know, because some people might know shit before others do. So I always be on the lookout, man, for real. So shout out to all them, man. If y'all ain't subscribed to all those guys, man, go subscribe to them. You know, keep the nation the most cracking fan base in sports, not football, but in sports. Man, for real, for real. Let me see what else we got up in here. Raider Paul in the building, and with the Raiders. You already know, man. We about to do it big today. We get to hear it from the horse's mouth as far as what the GM is, how his approach is to this job with the Raiders, and then Pete Carroll. Boy, I tell you, I seen a video of him in the building. Hey, Pete Carroll, hey, he's a young dog still, bruh. I don't care what nobody say about 73. He putting it on you. He putting it on you. That boy, hey, he got the fountain of youth. I want to know where hey, Pete, where is the fountain of youth that you found, bruh? Where did you find it at? On the Strip? Fremont Street? What, the Bellagio fountains? Where is the fountain of youth, bruh? I need to know, bruh, because, hey, I'm behind you with a dub, but, man, that dub gonna shrink real quick. You feel me? Hey, AARP already knocking on my door with the advertisements, bruh, and I be getting offended like, bruh, I'm not ready for that shit yet. You feel me? Yes, indeed, man. Let me see who else we got in here that we can get up into it, man. We got Larry Layla in the building. Salute. 505 in the building. That's right. 505 in the building, man. Appreciate to have you here, man. Seriously. And once again, shout out to everybody on Instagram. If you guys want to get involved in the chat, please come on over to YouTube. There is a link in my bio on Instagram that you guys can click and come on over, man. Hey, come join the family. The rest of your in-laws and your outlaws. You feel me? Your in-laws and your outlaws. Come rub elbows with fellow Raider fans and of the nation, man, and get your chat on. You feel me? All right, man. Let me see. I'm almost at the end. People coming in quick, boy. D Mokes in the building, man. What it is? Salute to you, brother. For real. Let me see. James Furpo. We have a long ways to go before we see a team trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't know if it's a long time, to be honest with you, because I really see, especially if we bring back some of our key free agents, I see half this roster being filled. The other half, the next group of free agents and the draft. We got 10 draft picks. The number out there is that Pete Carroll likes to move around, but he's not the GM. But I know he'll be working with the GM, Spytek, since he is a first-time GM. Pete Carroll's been there and done that. So I would love to be a fly on the wall to hear the conversations between Pete Carroll and Spytek. Just to, you know what I mean? Just to, I just want to know how they getting down with this, and in which direction they want to lead this roster. What is their opinion? At 6, do we trade? Is that an option? Which we know is an option, but will they do it? Will they move up? Will they move back? Can we generate more draft capital to make a bigger splash? Sometimes there's player. See, and there's also we're only looking at free agency in March, the draft in April. But don't forget during the draft, there's also trades, not for just draft pick, not moving up and back, but for players. There might be players that some of these teams want to, you know what? I think mostly you'll see it in free agency in March. Because sometimes you might get a situation where a team has access at signing a certain individual at a certain position, making the person that's already on your team expendable, whether it's by age, whether it's lessening the blow of the contract. Maybe talent-wise, you're getting a better talent in free agency than at that position that you already have on your roster. So then they become available through trade. So there's a lot of things that can go down with gathering talent for this roster. But this roster, I don't see far. I mean, you figure Kansas City is in the Super Bowl. 3rd straight year. And what happened? We almost had that victory this year. If we did not fumble that snap for that field goal, bruh, that game over. Field goal, and we had no time. Game over. We had them in Kansas City, and we're only a 4-win team with no quarterback, still trying to figure out the offensive line. Run game, damn near non-existent. So there's a lot of positives you can get out of the Raiders as far as we're not worried about the left tackle. We're not worried about the center. We're not worried about the right tackle. We got to figure out the guard position. We know our wide receivers. We get a number 1 to add to your Brock Bowers, your Michael Mayers, and your Jacoby Myers. You know, your Trey Tuckers, your wide receiver room. Maybe you go number 1 wide receiver at number 6. McMillan, maybe. You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? It all depends. Defense is the same thing. You bring in Morik, you bring back Morik, you bring back Palomau, you bring back Spillane, you add more talent to that linebacker group. Secondary look like it's solid. Maybe at 6 you go with the corner from Michigan. Pair him up with Jacorian Bennett. You know what I mean? So solidify your secondary. We already know Max Crosby. Maybe you bring back Malcolm Kuntz at the other defensive end spot. You already got Christian Wilkins. What do you do at that other DT? Maybe you draft a DT. You know what I mean? Maybe free agency, something provides them, clarity like, oh, this dude is like we did with Wilkins last year. Might be a big splash. You get that, and Pete Carroll's a defensive-minded coach, so there's a lot of shit to go ahead and break down and pay attention to. You know what I mean? Let me see something. 10:51. I gotta check and keep my eye on, make sure this and hit them likes, y'all. Hit them likes while you out there watching, man. I appreciate you. We are 86 deep on, where are we at? On YouTube, we're 86 deep. Shout out to all the nation, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's I gotta get ready for the get ready. You say I gotta get ready for the get ready. Hell yeah. Cause we getting ready to do this live and direct, baby boy. John Spytek and Pete Carroll in the building. That's right. You gotta keep my eye on the prize, baby. All right. So when they go live, we gonna go live with it, man. Appreciate y'all. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping like a Mickey Ficky, bro. Let me see. Let me scroll and catch up to everybody. See anybody that came back up in here. James Brown in the building. Oh, Justin Brown. My bad. Jordan Phillips for DT. See, there's like I said, we got needs at so many other positions that this draft provides that. There's going to be running backs. We need that. There's going to be wide receivers. We need that. Offensive linemen. We need that. You know what I mean? Defensive ends are out there. We need that. Corners. We need that. So like I said, we're in a good situation because I don't think, well, you can go wrong if you reach. If you reach for something because you need something, not because it's the best player right there at your spot to pick. See, we went best player. You get people like Brock Bowers. And everybody like, we didn't need a tight end because we already had one. Everybody's singing a different song now to that shit. You feel me? We didn't need another tight end, but damn, you couldn't pass one up like that. That's the same mentality you got to approach this draft. That's the only way you'll be able to get as close as possible to hitting on all your picks. Whoever's the best at that point, grab them. And we'll figure it out. If there's already somebody at that position, we'll figure it out. Because the whole idea is to get better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to be all right, bro. We're going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. Yes, indeed, Jack. Yes, indeed. I'm waiting for this thing to start, man. I'm ready for the presser. They say, 11 ain't gonna start at 11. It's 10:54, bruh. We coming live and direct. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Yes, indeed. Like I said, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, man, and that notification bell, too, so you can be notified of all the content I release. Exactly. Got to get my agua, my H2O. You deal? That's probably one of the things Pete Carroll be doing. He be drinking hell of water. What? He drink hell of water. That's what I be doing, man. I usually be drinking, but y'all know I used to be on here and shout you out with a drink. But I try to limit my drinking down to just the weekend or my off days. So I only got 2 more nights to work, tonight and tomorrow night. I got Wednesday off, luckily, with pay. So, yeah, man, I'm always bring you guys the content every weekday, man, for real. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Hey, y'all make sure you subscribe to the channel and on point. You feel me? Joe L.E. in the building, man. Hey, Joel E., you know what? For my age, I don't need Blue Chew, bro. I see 2 dogs fucking and it's on. Shit. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go, y'all. Is they starting? All right, let me shut the hell up, man, and get ready to start the press conference. Told you, Lunatic gonna bring it to you. Bam. Oh, shit. Now they want to do the buffering shit. Hot damn, here we go again. All right, y'all. Let me know in the chat. Can y'all hear their music playing? Let me know if y'all can hear it too. I gotta make sure everything on point. We got 10 seconds. Here we go. Let me shut up. I'm gonna mute myself so y'all enjoy the press conference.
We welcome in the Raider Nation. JT,
I see that, Mike G.
Finalist for the
19
Pro
on.
Football Hall of Fame. Eric Allen is. We're excited to be here today for the Pete Carroll, John Spytek introductory press conference coming up here in a little bit. A lot of excitement in the building today, EA.
You have to have some excitement, Coach Pete.
I got to add some commentary.
All across the world, all across the nation, we know his energy level is extremely high, and happy for Raider Nation.
For entertainment and
in the building that
educational
week,
purposes
that
only.
Coach is on the opposite side.
Fair use.
Pete has probably beat that guy before, so excited about Pete joining the Silver and Black Nation.
Really important time as the Raiders look to build build the roster, get ready for the draft. The Senior Bowl is going
Let's
on
go.
now. Free agency. But first, this is a monumental day considering the coaches that have been here before Pete Carroll in the history of this
Yeah, we got
franchise. And we
Pistol
can't
Pete,
wait to
boy.
talk to him because his energy
Let's go.
level
Shout out to
is next
everybody
level.
on
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he has
on
some
Instagram,
Al
man.
Davis
Appreciate
stories.
y'all.
You know,
Yeah.
he's been in the game
me
long
see
enough
what's
to have
going here.
to battle those Raider football teams, and that's always thrilling and exciting to hear how these coaches who have so much history, so much success, how they feel about the great Al Davis.
Shout out to Forever. Oh, they want to.
This is going to be interesting, too, because
All right, let me
this
shut
happened
up.
pretty
Let's go.
quickly. A lot of coaches, we talked about the coaching carousel. Other coaches are being introduced also today. But for Pete Carroll, he brings in a level of gravitas, a level of respect around the league. And it's going to be really interesting to see how him and John Spytek work together, because John Spytek's got a really good reputation over the last couple of years here as being the next young executive in the waiting. So he gets an opportunity.
bring it
of a
down like
lifetime.
this.
And then just to wonder what Pete Carroll's going to look
Gotta
like
add
on the
commentary,
sideline
you feel
with
me?
the silver and black, with that high energy. We can't wait for that.
Yeah, it'll
we
be
can't.
interesting to see
Pete Carroll
what he
back in the
likes,
building.
about the field, the players on the football field, what he doesn't like, how that kind of blends into what he wants to bring each and every day, and what he emphasizes is going to be incredibly important.
You act like I'm looking at
when
the
we
screen.
talk about football today, we know that the
Shout out to
tackling
everybody,
style
man.
has
Hey,
changed.
we
A
active.
big part of that was Pete Carroll. I remember back in high school when my boys were going to high school, we had to change our tackling techniques, and right away we went to the film, and Pete had a whole coaching clinic of his coaches and his players having this new, tackling technique, and we adopted that in high school maybe like 7, 8 years ago. That just shows you the impact that he's had on the game of football. And now everyone is basically tackling the way that Coach Carroll had perfected and performed in Seattle.
Yeah, I love Pete's coaching style. If you look over the years in Seattle, the Legion of Boom, and the way they played defense, the signature defense at that time for close to a decade. There was a lot of good football teams back then, but when you thought of the NFC West and Pete Carroll, and look at his history here of all the teams he's worked for, also an executive, his defenses were always nasty. They had a swagger.
That's
were
facts.
oversized in the secondary, big safeties and corners, and they were great tacklers, as you said.
Yeah, and you look at all of those coaching stops, one thing you notice is there was always a really good secondary there, whether it was the big Seattle group who played with this physical presence with those two big safeties, the Vikings with the two corners they had in those mid to late 80s, the Jets, of course, having some good ball players. I remember Eric McMillan was a draft choice who went to the Jets like in 88, 89. It was a tremendous player, like a dual kind of DB. He played a little bit of safety, a little bit of nickel. So Pete has been around some very successful defenses, and I think his hallmark is really loading and building, I should say, a defense from back to forward. There's many coaches, as you know, Buddy Ryan on one hand, he builds his defense from front to back.
Yup.
Pete is one guy who really puts a lot of emphasis
In the back.
on
Secondary.
that secondary,
Mm-hmm.
those safeties, those corners. So really interested to see what he likes about our secondary.
What I like also is the way his quarterbacks have developed. You could say they overachieved in a good way. Russell Wilson comes in as a third-round pick, and he ends up starting, and he has, I think, Hall of Fame legacy and has a great career. And then even Geno Smith, who was a career backup, takes it to the next level. He's a 4,000-yard guy.
I think
so
our
as much
quarterback
as
is going to be in the
big
second or
time
third
on the
round this
defensive
year.
side of the ball, he always made sure that his quarterbacks were
first
highly
round,
competitive and didn't hurt the football
You want
team,
to go best
stressing
development.
lack
Ain't
of
going to be a
turnovers
quarterback
and
at
playing
6.
smart
That's
football.
best.
Yeah, that's one of the things we want to
See
know.
who
and how do you
might
adjust
luckily get somebody
as
to
a
fall
coach
to
in
the
this league
6.
when you've had so
That'd
much
be
success,
crazy. Can you imagine if Travis
where you're
Hunter
coming
fell to
into,
6?
You have a division where they have
Ooh.
amazing coaches.
That's a
great
hard
quarterbacks.
decision.
What are you going to do to compete? And we talk
Yeah,
about,
right.
and we hear
You got a
about that a
corner
lot
and a wide
with Coach
receiver
Carroll is
built
the
in one.
competition and practice in the games. It'll be interesting to see how he gets a quarterback and how that quarterback develops in our system like he has
Tony
been able
Angel,
to do
salute to
in
you,
previous
man.
stops.
Appreciate you
Well,
for
as we're
pulling
going
up.
to take a look at a live shot, also get an idea of what's happening. The media is in attendance today, and this is a big day. As you can see, the three Lombardis
Yeah.
are out there. The
It's
room is
going
packed
down, boy.
downstairs, and
We
we'll
got
have an
our
opportunity
generals.
to sit down
We
exclusively
got our
with Pete Carroll and
generals.
John Spytek when they're done with the press conference.
I
We have
like
a lot
that
of other
mix
guests
between
coming up in
Spytek
my
and Carroll.
regularly scheduled slot
Carroll with the
from
knowledge
noon
to
to 2
also
on Raider
help a
Nation
young
Radio.
GM along.
And just to sit back and watch this, because there are changes that
And there
happen,
go
and
Mark
we wish
Davis
the former
again saying
coach
that he doesn't
and
need
GM
a
well. They
rookie
worked
with a
hard
rookie.
to try to bring a winner
You went out and got
back to this program
some
here. But we're at a
knowledge
time now where
at
Pete Carroll
coach.
coming in is a next level hire. And when people around the league saw this move, you know, the age thing doesn't bother me at all.
I
It
like
shouldn't
the
bother anybody.
Carroll
They say
move. I like the
73, it'll
Carroll
be
signing.
74 during the season. The energy level is that of someone in their 40s or 50s.
That's facts.
And that's not going
I
to
don't
slow
know.
down.
He
And
ain't
I
got
really
my
believe-
energy.
We're going to ask him
Nah,
about
let me
this
quit. That
throughout the
motherfucker
time.
out
Maybe
there
not
at
in
the
our first
club.
interview, but this is a legacy play for him.
Pete Carroll
I
be
think
making
he's
it
already
rain
in
at
the
the
Pro
strip
Football
clubs
Hall of
out
Fame
here in
with his
Vegas.
accomplishments. Should have had 2 Super Bowls. He has 1. What if this is the cherry on the top? What if this is him bringing the Raiders back to where they need to be, a perennial
Joel E,
playoff
it'll
team,
be a
taking
fresh
a
bowl
shot
cut.
at the Super Bowl? He's not coming in here
That's
for a
what Mark
rebuild
Davis cut
and looking
gonna
at
be, a
something long
fresh
term.
bowl
He's here to
cut.
fix this and win. This guy's a winner.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
just think a
And
little bit
in the
off the
locker room
top.
and on the football field, I think he's going to be aided by what AP was able to do as far as that culture is concerned. I think the guys are there. They understand what this brand is about and how they should act and react to certain situations because of the great job, the locker room job that Antonio Pierce and the past coaching staff did. So he's going to be a plus in that situation. Not going to be hard to
I heard
sell
Patrick Graham is also
what he's preaching. On the
have
other hand,
interest in
I
him
really
being-
think Pete, when he steps on the football
You
field,
can't say
has a
he
sense of respect
stay in the
from
DC even though
everyone
he's
around
not
the
under
league.
contract.
Something that the young coaches, even Ben Johnson, who's going to Chicago, he's going to have to prove that. We have a guy who's already proved that on all types of levels. And I agree with you. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. And this is an opportunity like it has been.
Hey, for real, the world's easiest
Since
haircut.
the
for
beginning
real.
of the Raiders, to really give that player or that coach who has maybe had some bumps and hurdles an opportunity to get here and really
to cut Mark Davis here, all you got to
off the
do is put some
foundation
paper,
that this
you
organization
go like
is
this.
built off of. And I think we're really
Get some
excited
paper,
about
go like
this
this, and just
hopefully
cut everything
able to
below the paper.
add another picture to that.
That's all Mark Davis do.
Those coaching legacies that
Mark,
are here.
you need one of these, bro.
And I think he's the
You need one of these good old
perfect
bald
person
heads of
for this
murder
situation
ones. You feel me?
to take over from AP and what he has built, and hopefully Coach Carroll can finish the job.
Let's take a look at the John Spytek resume as he comes in to take over this position here, going back to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then the Browns, the Broncos, there was a Super Bowl championship
facts.
there and also one with Tampa
Tony,
Bay. So
that's
he's been a
facts.
part of 2 Super Bowl champions. But when he became the VP of player personnel in 21-22 before the assistant general manager, he kind of put together that second Super Bowl team for Tampa Bay, led by Tom Brady.
Spytek,
He goes
exactly.
back to Tom Brady for
Guys,
the
they
years
got
at
Super
Michigan.
Bowls now too.
And you
Don't
look at that, the
overestimate
beginning
that.
and the end are really
Super
critical
Bowl experience
in how
under your
you're formed.
GM and your
like
coach.
what you're being fed every single day when you're with
And
the
not just
Philadelphia
one.
Eagles, and you know the
Matter of
past,
fact, Pete Carroll
10
been to 2
15
Super Bowls,
years,
a
their
college national
roster
championship,
has been full
and
of
Spytek
just
has 2 Super Bowls with
impactful,
Tampa Bay and
important football
Denver.
players. And then to end,
Experience. They
that
see
before
how
he
it's
got
done.
here to Tampa, the same
They
thing.
know
You
how
look
it's
at that
done.
roster, from secondary, linemen, quarterback. There's always have players that are going to have an impact on Sunday. So those are things that, hey, he was built the right way. He was able to learn from a lot of good personnel people, and hopefully get it done here with the Raiders.
Ain't they brothers?
Okay, we're going to go live to the press conference.
All right, let me shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Here to introduce
Let's go. I'm gonna blow this up for
General
y'all, man.
Manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek. John, please come on in.
Oh, he got a new haircut for real, huh? Did he comb it to the side? No, he still got that dumbass
And the head
bang. He
coach
got
of the Las
bangs.
Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll.
Mark Davis gotta be the only owner with bangs that don't have a period. Let me quit. Look at Pete.
I'm gonna
Look
have
at
some things
Pete.
to say
Look at
afterwards,
Pete.
but right now I'm going to let you get to these guys and learn about what the future of the Raiders holds for us.
Let's get down with the get down.
We'll take a quick photo op.
Why they can't? Oh, I was getting ready to say, why they can't sit at a table? You gonna have them all stand up at a podium like they about to get the Heisman? I'd like to thank my girlfriend for helping me catch passes at night. Let me quit.
Quiet in here.
Tweedledee and Tweedle. Look at the Three Stooges. Curly Larian. No, let me quit. I ain't gonna say that. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's hear what these guys. They gotta stand up. That's
Also, I'd like to
bullshit.
introduce the families of John's wife, Kristen. Here they are, and Jack and Tom. The children. Please give them a hand. And
Let's
then,
go.
Of course, Pete's wife, Glenna, is also here as well. Give them a hand. I want to welcome them to the Raider family, and let's go.
Hi, I'm Mark Davis, and I bleach my hair, and I get my hair cut at the dog salon.
We'll begin with some opening remarks from General Manager John Spytek, followed by Head Coach Pete Carroll, and then we'll open it up for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for the introduction. I cannot express how grateful and excited I am to be here, to be given this opportunity, to be a part of an iconic cornerstone franchise like this. So just a dream come true for me, with many dreams still out in the future to get accomplished. This isn't the final goal, but this was certainly one of my career goals, and just so grateful for the time,
Let's go.
the belief
Let's
in
go.
me, and Coach Carroll to do our thing and make this organization proud. I want to thank everybody for coming today as well. The support is awesome. It means a lot to see so many people here. I've seen some familiar faces, and I can't wait to get to know you all better and work hand in hand with all of you. So I want to thank the interview group as well. It was a tremendous experience sitting in front of those people, having them answer questions, having them throw questions at me, having them challenge me. To have their belief as well, along with Mark's, is just something that is empowering. It gives me confidence. And, I feel that they made a great decision, so I couldn't be more excited to be here. I want to thank the Glazer family, too, for having me the last 9 years. It was an awesome opportunity to work
that
for a
DJ
great franchise.
Glazer
They're
family,
an
too,
awesome
the
ownership
Glazers?
group. They gave us all the resources to do our jobs well. Proud what we accomplished there, and just grateful to have had the opportunity to work for them. I want to thank some of my mentors that I would not be here without. Tom Heckert, the late Tom Heckert, who believed in me when I was a young scout, young cocky scout, 24 years old, out of Michigan. Thought I knew everything, but he took me under his wing, gave me opportunities, and really that's what, to me, this league is about: finding young people that are hungry, that love the game of football, giving them a chance to pursue their passion, their dreams. Jason Light, my boss the last 9 years at Tampa,
Tragedy
believing in me
turned
when I was
triumph.
a young
Salute.
scout as well in Philadelphia, giving me an amazing chance to help lead a franchise at a young age, at 35 years old. I worked every day to make him proud. We accomplished a lot together, and I'm just so grateful for him. And then two of my other mentors from the dreaded Denver Broncos, I have to say it though, Matt Russell and John Elway, from my time there. They picked me up when I was kind of at a low in my professional career, and gave me an opportunity to kind of revitalize myself, reshape myself, and chase a passion again. My family sitting in the front row here, I'm gonna try not to get too choked up. My wife, Kristen, is my rock. She is the strongest person I know. She is a unbelievable mother to these two boys, Jack and Tommy, down here, who I couldn't be more proud
Jack
of.
and
They're doing
Tommy,
awesome right
welcome
now.
to the nation.
They're behaving. They look awesome in silver and black.
Yeah, everybody
and
do.
they cannot wait for me to shut up so they can go back out and throw balls all over the practice field out there. But you're going to see my wife around a lot. She is going to be a big pillar in this community. We're going to be big pillars in this community. It's important to us to give back, and she's as tough as they come too. So I promise you, I'm ready for this job, because she's harder on me at home than anybody else is when it comes to football. My mom and my dad, I wish they could be here today. My dad is actually getting hip surgery right now, a hip replacement.
Your dad
we
is
can get
Jim
back on the
Harbaugh?
golf course and pickleball. I love you both. I would not be here without your love and support. You showed me
Jim
what it is to
Harbaugh
be a
getting
parent,
hip
to support
replacement too.
children, and I think these two are
Think he
doing
getting
so
a new
well right now
brain,
because
too.
of the gifts that my mom and dad gave me and the support they gave me growing up. A couple more people here. My high school coach,
needs
Bill
surgery to
Young,
keep from
one
choking.
of the winningest coaches in the history of the state of Wisconsin. I learned at a young age what winning looks like, what a great program looks like.
Yes.
What
That's
toughness looks like, how to compete. I've never forgot it. He's still coaching to this day. He's like 75 years old. He can't give it up. and win state championships all the time. So, Coach, I hope you're out there watching somewhere. I love you. Thanks for.
Why are you looking at me?
He said 75 and he looked at Pete.
Just a guy that loves football, just like you.
He's like, you looking at me. Hey, Pete's all right.
A couple more here, then I'll turn it over to this guy.
Sorry, my bad.
Lloyd
My
Carr
bad.
and the University of Michigan for giving me a chance to follow my first football dream, to play at the greatest university there is. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but we have the most wins all time.
Go
and I will not
Ducks.
apologize for that. So I learned about what team is about, what selflessness is about, what toughness is about, what competitive stamina is about. And, you know, that's going to be some of the pillars that we talk about and enforce here. All the scouts that I've worked with throughout my career, I learned so much from you. This is not me sitting up here. I feel like this is us sitting up here. I tried to learn so much from every person that I was around, from the Eagles to the Browns to the Broncos to the Bucks, and now here. I don't pretend to have all the answers. I met so many wonderful people along the way that I worked great with.
He worked
that
his
helped me
way
get
up
to
the
where I'm
ladder,
at.
man. I like that.
And then the final people I want to thank are the players. To me, this game has always been about the players. I have a love affair of watching this game. I have a love affair of watching players compete. They're the ones that lay it on the line every Sunday, Monday night. My respect for them is immense. And I would not be here without the players that I've been a part on the teams I've been a part of, the Tristan Wirfs of the world, the Peyton Mannings of the world,
Peyton
the Max
Manning.
Thomases of the world. I mean, I could go on and on. Joe Thomas. I mean, I've been around truly some of the great players of the last 20 years, and I've got to see what it looks like, what greatness looks like, what competitiveness looks like. I see Max standing back there. He embodies all that stuff that we're talking about. And I just love
Max
watching
ain't going
players
nowhere.
compete and perform. And I am so grateful
Hey,
to all
watch
the
what
men
Pete Carroll do with
that
Max.
competed and laid it on the line so I could sit in a spot like this today. And the last thing I want to say before I turn it over to Coach is when I dreamt about having one of these jobs, I always wanted it to be with an iconic franchise like the Raiders. I'm not sure I ever got far enough in my dreams as a young kid in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, that I could be sitting up here today with the Raiders. But here I am. And there's just some teams where it means a little bit more. There's just some teams where they deserve to be the NFL's better when they're crushing it. And to have been given that responsibility is not something I take lightly, but I am extremely honored and humbled to be up here with that opportunity out in front of us. And I cannot be more excited to get started and to get started with Coach Carroll here. So I appreciate you all. I look forward to getting to know all your names, getting to know all you better, talking with you, and build this thing the right way so the Raider Nation can be proud, the former players of the Raiders can be proud, and we can be where some of these teams are now, still playing. That's the goal. So thank you all.
Let's go. Let's get it right. Let's get it tight. Get it right. You feel me?
This special day is unique, and for so many reasons. I first want to say I'm so fired up to be here with John, and because I know that first time around is really something, and so we're gonna celebrate this in a fantastic way. We're gonna partner in this thing. It's so important that our relationship is dynamic and extraordinary and true, and so you'll see that come in time. So nice job, man. Congrats. Being a kid that grew up in the Bay Area, and my dad made me a Niners fan.
Bay Area.
We were going to Kezar Stadium back in the day,
Kezar.
in Golden Gate Park, and then the Raiders came to town. And when you're in the Bay Area, you can take sides and all, but the Raiders captured me a long time ago, and I'm just filled with gratitude to be part of this. There's so many elements that made this come together that are so special and so unique. And as you heard John, we start right with family and the support that we get. My wife Glenna is here. That she's been through it all. We've been through every imaginable experience in this game, and she has stood so strong with me, and she's meant everything in the world. She's been involved with this process all the way throughout, and side by side, we're here, and so we're really excited about that. We got a big family, because you mentioned the numbers. I've got grandkids, and I love them, and we got a bunch of them, and we got a whole family to follow this venture that we take here. This really begins with the Davis family, and I grew up under Mark's dad, watching this program come together. But I've seen in such short order, just in this time that we've come together to get to this point. Mark Davis put together an extraordinary group. to make this happen and make this a unique opportunity in the league and a unique opportunity for the Raider Nation and for our fans that will follow us. And it's one of a kind. And he's assembled a group to support us that I know that John and I have just been knocked out by ownership that is one of a kind. And you know, Egon Durbin is part of this. Michael Meldman's part of this. Tom Wagner's part of this. But when Mark figured out how valuable it would be to put Tom Brady in this mix and bring that kind of football background and history, Mark made a great move. And it's our job to celebrate that for Mark and to make sure that this comes to life the way it can, with the great possibilities and the great future and the immediate future as well. So my hat's off to you guys. I'm so fired up that we're doing this together, and it's going to be unique. Then they're going to be surprised what comes.
We going to be surprised. Let's go.
For my opportunities, you know, I've been all over the place. You guys know that, and I've had great chances to start up programs that had faltered in the past. And when we went to USC, it was after being fired a couple times. And I've been through that. And I was a young coach and found out I didn't know anything after my experiences, but had an opportunity to find my philosophy and my approach. And following the New England days, and the next stop was USC. Mm-hmm. And that university was an extraordinary match for me at the time. They were struggling. We put something together, and we did something historic there on the really based on a philosophy that came out of all of the years before, the 27 years it took me to get to that point in my coaching career. And to me, I look back at the days in Los Angeles at SC as really the building blocks of the philosophy that we were able to take to Seattle, and to carry the mentality and the approach and the design of it and the culture that we established into the NFL to see if it would work. It was really just an experiment in my mind. But in both situations, it just took us a couple of years to get going. And I know that rhythm, and I'm expecting that rhythm. I'm anticipating that we're going to find that rhythm right here, right now, here in Vegas. And so with the Raiders and this opportunity, I feel like I've been there before. And I'm going to bank on that. And I'm going to follow my instincts and support with John and through as we extend to ownership in a way that we're going to be proud of, and we're going to be fired up about who we are and what we stand for. We have a great following in the Raider Nation, and they've done amazing. They've made an amazing statement globally, and I'm so proud to be part of that and recognizing that we get to represent our following. And here in Las Vegas, to do it in this setting right here, where people can't wait to come see us, they can't wait to see what we're all about, wherever our fans come from. We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Mark, settle down a little bit. But it is real. This is a real challenge for us. And we're going to go arm in arm, John and I, and we're going to put this thing together in a way that's going to make you proud. You know, you all wondering about timelines and all that. It took us a few years to get to the very top of the last couple programs I was with. We're starting right now, going for it immediately. We don't have some timeline. We got to make it 5 or 6 years down the road. That's not what we're thinking. We're going to start right now to go after it and build this team as quickly as we can.
That means veteran quarterback got to come.
Saw Max back there. Max, send the message, man. We're coming after you. We're going to come find you guys and get this thing rolling as soon as possible.
Yes.
With the highest of expectations, with a mentality that will drive high performance in a way that hopefully everybody's going to hear us and they're going to know us. And so I'm really proud to take on that challenge. So thrilled to be here. Thanks again to Mark and Tom and guys. Thank you here. Away we go. Let's go. Raiders Nation. Let's go, baby.
With that, to it.
John
We'll
Raider,
start right
salute.
over here with Paul. Ashley and Jade have microphones on either side. Please state your name and affiliation.
Ask the right
Paul Peters
questions,
from,
please.
ESPN. Pete, long time no see,
Hey.
from back in LA. How does your experience as a veteran coach mesh with John's vision as a first-time GM going
Oh
forward?
man, I think
Hey,
it's
hit
a
them
perfect
likes, hit them
mesh
likes.
opportunity for us to show you how important it is for this relationship to be at the tip of the spear for our program. His background, his mentality, his devotion to character and football and the game and having respect for what it takes to
Shout
make
out to
this thing
everybody
strong
pulling
and
up.
right.
Appreciate y'all.
It has just hit me right in my heart. And so I'm thrilled about sharing the years and the experience with the energy and the juice that he brings. And so it's going to work out great.
Hi, this is Vic Tafer from The Athletic. Congratulations for both you guys. Is there any kind of history between you two guys going back? And what excites you about this partnership going forward, about having this pairing together?
Go ahead.
A little history in Super Bowl 48. I was working for the Broncos, and we got our faces caved in by the Legion of Boom in that. I told him when I first talked I was still sore from that, but I've been a big fan of his for a long time. The energy that his teams play with, the commitment to run the ball, play great defense, support the quarterback. I mean, we're going to do all those things here, and that all came through the first couple phone conversations I had. I mean, we two people that I think are just have a love and respect and passion for the game, and although we've kind of grew up on different coasts, we see the game very similarly, and I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I think our connection with the game of football and how much we love what this stands for and what it's all about, and has connected us like immediately. And so it's been seamless in the way we go. We've got a lot of difficult decisions to make, and you'll see us come together on our thoughts and all. But I with absolute conviction that we're gonna go take this together and take it on in a really great fashion.
Coach Carroll, Levi Edwards, Las Vegas Raiders. You talk about building a culture at USC and then bringing that over to the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks. When you talk about building a culture, whether it's your players or your staff, what are some non-negotiables that you must see that are mandatory to build that culture in your eyes?
Listen.
Yeah, well, the culture is the players, and you'll see that, but we'll show them the way. And it all starts with competition. I mean, you're either competing or you're not. And I'm going to make sure that that's really clear to these guys from the moment they get here. We're going to go out and draft a class, and there'll be a few free agents who maybe we'll be able to attract, and we'll need to see those guys, and we'll need to see what they're all about. But the competition part of it is theirs to command. If there's one thing that I want them to understand, and start the message right now, if you want to be on a great team, you need to be a great teammate.
Yes.
And so teaching what that's all about and instilling that in the makeup of our program is going to be crucial. And the central theme in the program is always going to be competition, and that's where it starts.
Question for both of you guys. You guys have both won Lombardies. This is Q Myers from Raider Nation Radio 920 right
Shout
back
out,
here.
Q.
You guys have both won Lombardies, one with different style of quarterbacks. But for you, what are non-negotiables that are you looking for your leader, your quarterbacks?
I'd go back to that. I mean, I got a chance to be around, in my opinion, the greatest player ever. And it was a love of the game and a competitive desire that just didn't allow him to quit. He was never out of a fight. He was willing to do things that the ordinary football player person wasn't willing to do. And, we're gonna turn over every stone to find that leader for this team too. There's just gonna be certain requirements of the job, and it doesn't necessarily take the strongest arm or the best thrower. It's the guys that will push their teammates to a place that's uncomfortable, that will give almost anything to win. That's what the best ones do, and we're going to find one of those.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, I would add to that it's our mission to build this football team up around the quarterback position. It isn't the only spot. We happen to have the greatest of all time to help us and to see clearly, and we're going to lean on Tom as much as we possibly can for his insights, because nobody has the insights that he has. He's that unique. But it's the quarterback position is one of the positions on the team, and we've got to make it all fit together well. I've had pretty good success with my quarterbacks in the past. You can go all the way back to college days, and they've all turned out to be really extraordinary members of our club. There's a way to embrace the challenge that the quarterback has from the rest of the football team as well. We need to support our guy, and we need to do what we can to make that work. It's really about making a great football team around the quarterback position. Coach Walsh taught me a long time ago that it's the hardest position in professional sports to play, and so we need to make it as easy for them as possible. And we'll go about doing that by running the football, protecting them, taking care of the ball, playing great defense, and kicking the football when we want to kick it. And there's a lot that goes into this, but to think about how fortunate we are to have Tom Brady with us. It's just a once in a lifetime opportunity.
That's a lot of.
Adam Hill, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Yeah, I
for
can dig what
Pete.
they put together.
You've accomplished everything.
Put your hand up so we can
Sorry,
hear it. Thank you.
You've accomplished everything that you could accomplish in this business. Why is it that you wanted to seek a new challenge, and what is it about this challenge that interested you?
It was never been about
It's an
accomplishments.
interesting dynamic.
It's never been about that. It's about the game and loving it and playing. I really have realized again in this year, that when you get a year to take a step away from it, it's incredibly valuable. My last time I stepped away from it was the year after New England. I stayed out a year, and the next thing that happened is I went to USC. And to me personally, that the rest was history. It hasn't been about trying to win the championship games so that I can put that banner or that ring in my drawer. It's not about that. It's about competing. It's about being the best you can possibly be with what you have to work with, and taking on the challenges of it, and all of the that goes into making that happen for the players. It's the relationships with the players. It's building the mentality that everybody that comes to our program has a unique quality that makes them them. And I'm going to try to figure out what that is and find a way to bring that to the surface.
Yeah.
And in doing so,
Somebody
give
that
everybody
knows
the
how to
chance
do
be
it.
as good as they can possibly be. That's what this is about to me. And so it hasn't been about just the rings. It's been about much more than that.
It's Tishawn Reed from The Athletic. Pete, when you were at the Seahawks, you also had the title of Vice President of Football Operations and final say on roster decisions. Is that a role you envision having similarly here, or do you feel like you're going to defer?
We're sharing everything. We're collaborating to the nth degree. And we're going to do this. We're going to draw the best we possibly have out of each other to make every decision we can make as clear and as sound as possible. And we're going to be able to use our guys that are on top. The success stories of our ownership group is just, it's unmatchable. And so we're going to lean on those guys to help us when we need them. And they know they're part of this competition too. But you're going to see us. We're partners in this, and that's the way we did it before. You watch that. If you look at what happened over the 14 years, you wouldn't have known who was calling what. And that's the way I want it to be. And I know John's on board with that.
I like this dynamic, y'all.
Case Kiefer, Las Vegas Sun. For Pete, you kind of mentioned or alluded to some of the similarities coming into this job as at USC and Seattle, a season or two of rough times, but you were able to get the team to respectability kind of right away there. What are some lessons from those first two seasons at your last couple stops that you learned you can put into here?
Yeah, the lessons that are really clear is that we have a philosophy and a way to do things, things we believe in, and the sooner we can get to everybody understanding it and being on board with it, the sooner we'll move ahead and move forward. I'm not talking about just the football team. I'm talking about the people that are in the organization. I'm talking about the people that support us. Everybody that has an inkling that they want to see what we're all about, we're teaching, and we're reaching out to them. I think it takes everybody to make us as good as we can possibly be. And so it's that process that we'll go through that we've done before, that it's an exciting, challenging, kind of once of a lifetime opportunity again, and so we're going to take it on with a great energy about it.
Reese with the Raiders Spanish broadcast. Coach Carroll, we've all seen the videos of you throwing the football, catching the football, having fun out there with the players. How important is it to keep that aspect, but at the same time keeping the structure and having the discipline to be a winning team, but the fun, it seems like it's an aspect that's important for you?
To me, it's always been about playing catch. I love the game since I was a little kid, and I if I get a chance to go out and throw the ball around, I'm doing it. And so that's how you're going to see us. That's what I'll do first time on the practice field as we get going. It's my love for the game that goes all the way back to the basics of it. I don't do stuff like everybody else. And really, that's not my goal, to try to match up how other people that have run this thing. And I've had, like John mentioned, extraordinary mentors through the process to get to where I am. But I'm not trying to do it like anybody else knows how to do it. I'm going to try to do it the way that comes right from the center of my heart, and what I think is the most important aspects of it, and how this thing works, and how and extend that mentality to the people that are in our organization, because we need to be on the same page. And so I need to do a really good job of teaching, and a really good job of illustrating and being the image of what that looks like. And there's no end to that to me. And you either, like I said, you either compete or you're not, and I'm always competing. So that's how we'll get it done in every way possible. To me, this game should be fun. If we're not having fun, I'm screwing it up. And we're going to have fun in this room right here with our team. They're going to grow in here. They're going to find out what we're all about, and they're going to understand what they're representing. And if I do a good job of teaching, and so that's what I'm bringing to it. And if you don't want to compete, you're in the wrong place. And our players will understand that early on. When we went to Seattle, we went through a lot of transactions, and it was to find the right people. John and I are in total concert of the kinds of people that are going to build this program. We're going to build this program around. And so there's a way to get to that, and we've been through this, and it's really exciting to have the opportunity to do it again. Why, you asked, okay, why would I want to do it again? That it's because it's that chase and that pursuit of the passion that we want to find. So.
Alex Eshelman with Channel 13 Sports right here. Congratulations to the both of you. Coach Carroll, you've mentioned Tom Brady's name multiple times in this presser.
Have I done it too much?
No, not in my opinion, no. What has his influence been like for you both to want to be a part of this franchise, and what was his
That's the homie, Marshawn.
in the hiring process?
Yeah, for real.
He's been integrally involved.
I'm telling you, hey,
wherever
it's on and cracking. Y'all just don't know.
The process could allow him to be
what
in.
Pete Carroll do with
haven't
this
seen him.
team.
He's not been here. He's got a big job, but he
The-
has been
see,
a really exciting part of it.
Now we all see the
Exciting
difference
because he's
between
one of the great
AP,
competitors
and I
who've
ain't no
ever
knock on
lived.
AP. It's
And
just
so
the lack
for
of
me,
experience
that's a
AP
chance to
has.
understand more deeply what that's all about and where that comes from. And
This
so,
man Carroll got that experience that we lacked.
But this
He
is
knows how
his
to do this
opportunity to
shit.
put his stamp on a franchise, and so we're excited to represent that bringing him into it. Mark has done an incredible job to figure out how to formulate this plan so that we could all fit together. And
Ray Love, salute.
He's been involved, and he's going to continue to be involved, and we're going to lean on
Hell
him like
yeah.
crazy.
Ed Graney, Review Journal. John, how do you begin the process now of building this roster? What's your first
Yeah,
steps?
give us
and where
the
do you go from
blueprint.
today?
Where's our guy? Oh, there he is. Could you ask the question again? I was looking for you. I couldn't find it.
Yeah. To John, the process, where do you begin today after you leave here? Like, how do you build this roster from what you've seen in the past, or have you seen much of it?
Well, my job for the past 9 years has been to see the NFL, and it's in totality every year. So yes, I'm familiar with it. We obviously played the Raiders this year in Tampa Bay. My first order of business is going to begin with Coach here. We're going to talk more about the kind of player we want, what it looks like at every position, the kind of person we want.
Yeah,
to me,
right.
it's vitally important. You're going to hear, I think both of us continue to talk about that. What does it mean to be a Raider? What are the qualities that we're going to stand for? What are the qualities that everybody that comes into this building is going to stand for? I take that very personally and very seriously as a responsibility of mine. Is like the scouts are in charge of finding the right kind of people to bring into an organization. There's no greater responsibility, I don't think, than that. We will be what our character kind of will be our fate, in a sense. And we're looking for first people that love football, that want to compete every day, or there just won't be a place for you here, and that's okay. We want it to be a hard team to make. We want it to be a hard job every day, but for those that are willing to step up to that challenge and be a part of that, there'll be a great reward at the end of it. We've both lived it. We know what it looks like. So I'm less concerned about roster construction right now and, this position or this position. We've got some really good players in this building, really good, and everybody knows that. They know who they are. Our job is going to be to find more of them, but it's going to start with the person.
Hondo Carpenter from SI. John, when I covered you as an intern in the Detroit Lions, up in Bill Keenest's office with Matt and Sheldon, and you came in and they called you the Whiz Kid.
I didn't know that till you put that out there, a week ago, and all my friends found it. I was the Whiz apparently for the past 20-something years.
Yeah, and still laughing with them today. I mean,
Yeah,
they talk about you
no
were
idea.
a phenomenal listener, and that's still what people say about you from Tampa Bay. So how much of being a successful executive is really pinned on being a good listener?
Oh, man. Great question.
I think it's a great question. I would start by, when I was in Detroit, I was in operations, and all I wanted to do was get into scouting, but it was my foot in the door. I mean, I bothered everybody that had any kind of computer where I could watch tape on it forever, and then I would just go there and listen and try to understand what they were looking for in players, what made them tick. Did they like speed? Did they like quickness? Did they like high character guys? Did they want to take risks? I mean, to me, that's that's just kind of who I am as a person. I'm infinitely curious, I'm open-minded, and I think if people just slow down sometimes and listen to the people around them, it's amazing how much you can learn. I tell my wife all the time, you know, the nature of a scout is to always be watching and observing. So I'm always watching and observing. I just watched my young son here tie his shoes for the last 10 minutes, but they're both tied now, so they look good. Good job, Tommy.
Good job, Tommy.
It's such a great quality, and you know, people will tell you the truth in this business if you find the right people. And our job as scouts and where I've come up is to get to the root of who people are and decide whether or not we want to add them to our organization. I mean, that's ultimately what we're trying to do.
Can I add to that answer, Johnny? You okay with that?
Of course.
Yeah, being a great listener is a huge aspect of what I think is important in a great competitor. And it's why are you listening? Because you want to learn. You want to know. You want to hear. I'm hoping that we'll all sense that this is a relationship-based organization, and that means that we're going to build it around the people that are here. And you can't celebrate the people that are here if you don't listen to who they are and you don't watch and observe. And so I'm hoping this will be an outstanding characteristic of our program, because we don't have any time. We got to get going. And so, but we have to work at doing that. And it's proactively listening and proactively working at understanding who you're dealing with, so we can teach them really well because we know them. And so I love that question, Hondo. Thank you.
Carter Owen with the Las Vegas Raiders. You mentioned, Pete, how time away from coaching can be valuable. Did you learn anything about yourself or the role as a head coach in this past year that you think can be beneficial as you get started here with this new opportunity?
Hey, I wouldn't be competing if I wasn't learning. You know, I mean, that's the whole point. You got to keep on, stay curious and make sure that you're always on the next opportunity to be a little bit better. I had an incredible year. I got to watch JV football in high school. My grandson playing quarterback, then he played on the varsity team as well. I watched all those games. My son was coaching at the U up in Seattle. He's offensive coordinator there. Got to watch all of their games, watched everything I could watch in the league, watched my other son and all of my guys coaching, Danny Quinn and David Canales and guys around the league that have been with me. It's been a year full of just input. And so as the last time I had a year that I stepped away from it, and it was extraordinarily life-changing for me, this year I feel has been the same.
Say that shit again, Ray Love. This is the start.
To see things uniquely when you're not coaching ball. You don't get that observation opportunity. You just can't, because you're so immersed in what you're doing. It was extremely valuable. So I can't wait for all of the things that I see that I want to do differently than what we've done in the past. And I think there are improvements, or I wouldn't be thinking that. And it's been an amazing journey to get to this moment right here. And so I'm really fired up about taking advantage of that year.
Pete, Sean Zattel, Vegas Sports Today. Right over.
Yeah.
Hi, Pete. You know, you're set to make history as the oldest tenured coach in NFL history. I know you mentioned you don't really do this for accomplishments, but you have accomplished everything. So what makes you still want to coach at this age and also believe that you can still do it at a high level at an age no one's been able to do it in the NFL before?
Yeah, well, first off, I'm not real proud of wearing this number 73 on my back, you know, but that's not what fires me up. But it isn't about accomplishing things to say you were worthy. You know, it's what you got to do next that counts. You know, what's the next thing up? And so I laid low during this football season, and I'm teaching a class at USC that's been a thrill. I've not been one step away from what we're doing and at any time and what we're up against here. I'm just so grateful that have been given the opportunity to do this again and define it. Because to me, it's the very next step that we get to take that fires me up. It's the very next challenge. It's coming back, or it's overcoming, or it's celebrating the success that you just had in making yourself come back to basics and continue to be uncommonly consistent that drives me, you know. So the stuff that you guys have heard, you know, about Pete and, you know, having fun, like you mentioned about throwing the ball around, all that, yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. But it's about the competing and proving that you have value and you have worth and you can add to it. I don't care how old you are. And for anybody out there that's old and wants to know how you do it, you freaking battle every day.
Yeah.
And you compete and you find your way to get better. And everybody needs to be coached up, and that's what's been happening for me. And I would like to extend that thought to anybody that wants to hear it, because we can get better and we can do more things that are of value, and we can love our families more and our people around us. I mean, all of that stuff. So obviously I'm freaking jacked up. So
I'm freaking jacked up. Shout out to Jack Kenner. He's jacked up, Jack.
All right. Good morning, guys. Congratulations. John, you mentioned a lot of different people that you came across along the way that have helped you out. What was the biggest lesson that you've learned that might have helped you or that may help you with this position?
It's about the people you surround yourself with.
They got
when you're dealing with an organization like this,
they got the
everybody
recipe,
from,
bro.
It's literally the entire
Listen to
organization.
them. They know what you
I
need.
mean, I think people focus on the players
we
all the time,
gotta
and I've
do.
already told you guys how much I value and respect and honor the players. I mean, it's what they're all about. But I don't think we'll only be as good as the people that we bring into this organization or keep in this organization. I think there's a lot of probably great people here that I just haven't met yet, and I can't wait to meet them.
You don't sound like a 73-year-old.
But I went to
Old
Cleveland in
73-year-old
2010, and they hadn't had a lot
Where
of
I
success.
put my glasses
and
and to be on their head.
we found
Not
a scouting
to-
department
not to,
that was just looking
diss,
for a little bit of energy and
with Alzheimer's or
excitement,
dementia.
and when we provided that. Now, we didn't win enough games there, which is what this is about, but there's a lot of great people there, and they worked their asses off to find good players, and almost all those guys are still in the league right now because they're good people. They just needed an extra chance. And so I just learned that a long time ago. I mean, Andy Reid, John Harbaugh, I mean, Spags, I mean,
Told
the
you the
staff
dude
that I
got
started with, Sean
tutelage
McDermott,
under his belt.
we were good in Philly because we had a lot of great people there
Let's
that love
go.
football. And that's what we're going to try to do here. If you love football, there'll be a place for you.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with
Shit.
Levi, Mark Anderson, and then Tashawn.
John,
Raise your hand. There you go.
you've been around a lot of great football minds, from a front office and coaching, aspect within your career. When you see Pete Carroll from afar and what he's accomplished, what are some things in this role that you're looking to learn or gain from him in terms of insight or things that you feel like you can take away from him as a GM?
Well, I can't wait to see what compete for Pete looks like every day. I think I got a pretty good feel for it so far. But just the energy and the passion that he presents with every day has been something that I've been drawn to over the past, it feels like we were talking on the way here, like it feels like it's been 10 days, but I think it's only been like 3
A few days.
since we first started talking. Just the way he leads a program. I mean, everywhere he's been, he's won. I mean, I go back, I can remember vividly watching those USC teams. I mean, they were some of the most fun football teams I've ever watched. And I think I admired them a lot because, yes, they were full of talent. And our job is to find a lot of talent here. But they were full of competitors and guys that love football. And I'm sorry if we're ad nauseum talking about love football, but that's to me what this is about. You gotta love this. And I can't wait to learn from him.
Hey, we
I mean,
got
he's a
3
wealth of knowledge.
dudes.
He's crushing this
Between
press
Brady,
conference.
Spytek, and Carroll.
People excited and
They bring the same
just been a fan for so long. And
enthusiasm,
to get the chance to sit up
passion
here alongside
from
him today and
different
now
angles.
work alongside of him
One's a
is an
coach,
honor.
one's an
And,
ex-player, one's a
I'm just fired up.
GM.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Pete.
That's the triangle.
Mark Anderson, AP.
That's
What are
that
your
triangle.
thoughts in putting together your staff?
Say that again, please.
What are your thoughts on putting together your staff?
Yeah, well, we're
That's
in
what I'm
the midst
waiting on.
of getting started. I mean, like John and I, we're just getting started at it. However, we have been talking to some people, and we're going to try to put this thing together. I'm really looking for people that have been with me, that understand the philosophy to some extent.
See,
I want guys
former-
that have never been around me before, so that they have to learn what
Salah?
we're all about.
Could it
We
be
can watch
Salah
the
out there?
process of them
His
learning who
sons?
we're all about and what we expect. And then I'm hoping that we can maintain some of the terrific coaches that are on the staff too. So we can have the benefit of the insights that they bring and
Robbie?
the continuity that they can generate for us. So it's a
Defensive line coach,
combination of
keep
people that
him.
we're looking for.
Patrick Graham could be
but
kept,
it's all going
maybe.
to fall back into the same theme. We want ball people. We want guys that love the game. And I mean, that's obviously, if nothing else, we've hammered that home today, Johnny. So that's, we want to make sure that we do that. Also, it's important to find people that can help us grow, and challenge us. And those also, I know in my history, I need people to keep me on track. As you can tell, I get pretty juiced up and I'm going to get going. I need people to keep me balanced. That's why Glenn has been so important over the years, to keep me rolling. But so it'll be a combination to get that done if we do it well. And it's out there for us. And we've got a lot of people that are really interested. We got to do a great job of that.
John, a question for you. You've been a part of successful teams that have won Super Bowls, and it's been a mix of homegrown talent as well as players that you got through free agency or trades. How do you plan on straddling that balance between every GM wants to build through the draft, but also taking some swings in free agency and trades?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't think there's any perfect way to do it. You know, for us in Tampa recently, it was definitely draft and develop. I think at the start of the season, 44 of the players that made the initial 53 were drafted or signed by us as undrafted free agents. I think all but 2 starters were. But at the end of the day, we're gonna look anywhere we can to find a good football player. You know, I don't care if it's at Michigan, Ohio State. It pains me to say Ohio State, but I have to respect them. But our job is to be so open-minded where we will literally go anywhere in the country, anywhere in Canada to find a good football player. And you know, I was admired the way that they started in Seattle at the quarterback position in particular. They just kept taking shots and shots and shots. They traded, they drafted guys high. They find their way to Russell. I mean, what an unbelievable move that was. You know, he was a little bit different. He was under 6 feet at a time where most quarterbacks were over 6 feet, so willing to think outside the box a little bit. And these are things that I've learned throughout my career. And so, yes, we want to draft and develop because it's the best way to build a solid foundation.
Draft
of a team,
and develop.
and then to reward those players with second contracts.
Who don't
'cause we
like
know
double
exactly what we're
Ds?
doing. But if the opportunity comes to sign a Tom Brady or a Baker
Who don't like
Mayfield or
double
trade
Ds?
for a
Draft
Jason
and
Pierre-Paul,
develop,
Rob
right?
Gronkowski, just examples of my career, we will absolutely do that when the team is ready.
That's a nice
and the
rack of
organization is ready for
knowledge.
that.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. That'll conclude our press conference. The media, we'd like you to share a meal with us in the meal room right behind the doors there. And thank you, everyone, for coming.
Hey, save me a sandwich or something, Pete. John, I know y'all got some ice cold beer. Yada.
Well, you knocked it out.
Okay, that's the price.
All right, y'all, man. Let me get this thing. But yeah, man, that was the press conference of the Raiders introducing John Spytek as the new GM and Pete Carroll as the new head coach of our Las Vegas Raiders. Man, I'm excited. I want to see if they can truly get done with what they brought to us and told us this is how they're going to approach it. I like the potential chemistry. I know it's early, but the potential chemistry between a Tom Brady, a Spytek, and a Carroll. Just all 3 of those guys getting together and ironing out a plan as far as attacking free agency in the draft. Not just that, but also the new additions with the coaching staff that Pete Carroll brings in. Like he mentioned, he likes people that's worked with him. So all guys that have any kind of connection to Pete Carroll, keep your eye on it. Like I said, he has a couple of sons out there coaching that started with him in Seattle. You got guys like Salah, defensive coordinator. Maybe he tabs him if he does not bring back a Patrick Graham or whatnot. He said some guys that's in the building he would like to keep as well. That's a perfect marriage. You bring in new blood and you combine that with those who's been here that knows these players. I see they both of them reached out to Max Crosby, letting them know, bruh, get them ready. Pete Carroll gonna bring the business, and we got some good pieces on this defense to make sure whatever his vision of this defense is gonna be, oh bruh, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit here in Vegas, not just on the Strip, but it's gonna be lit at Allegiant, man, for real. So I'm looking forward to all that, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that pulled up once again. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like, hit that notification bell as well, if you could, please. If you want to leave a comment, tell me what's the best take you got out of this press conference from either Spytek or Carroll. I would love to respond and correlate with you guys with the comments as well. So with that being said, man, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, indeed. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. It is the Lunatic Raider Show, man. Hey, thank you guys for pulling up. Hey, there's nothing but good things on the horizon, man, from what my take of this whole press conference, man. So y'all be ready. Be ready. Hey, we gotta holler out that Raiders. You know what I mean? We gotta holler that out. Let it be known. Hey, we come as a nation, not solo. So with that being said, man, I'm Lunatic Raider. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha ha!